everyone, it's Lynn. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how I did this soft pastel blue eye look while also chatting a bit, so let's get right into it. This is a very beginner-friendly tutorial. First up, lenses. I put in my more like daily style of lenses. These are the Oolong brown style, and they kind of make my eyes look a little gray, but I do like how it makes my eyes look a little bit bigger. I'm gonna prime using this. I got this in a previous Yesstyle haul, I think, and I really like it. It is very fragrance, like it's very strong, but I do find that it makes my base look really good. I'm gonna wait for this to dry down a bit. To color correct and brighten, I'm going in with the Nuse Toner. This too is fragranced, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't, because it's not that I'm like super against like fragrance in products. I just feel that it's sometimes unnecessary. Like, it smells nice, but I'm like, what's the point, really? Because it's not like you smell it on your face anyway throughout the day. I did get new puffs. I think this is it. Came in a set, but look how pretty this is. Anyway, I'm going in with the Glow Breathable Blemish Balm. Also going to mix in a little bit of the Poom Foundation. I really like the packaging because it's blue. I love the color blue, hence why we're doing this look today. I will say, the Poom Foundation is like super, super yellow, but mixing it with the Glow product, I feel like it kind of cancels that out, I guess. Also, while I show you guys how I do my base, I thought I'd kind of just yap a little bit. So I actually almost didn't film this video today, even though I planned on it. It's actually March 10th, and today, for those of you who don't know, I am a huge One Piece fan. I love the anime, I love the live action, and season 2 just dropped today, and I already watched the first episode, and when I watched the first episode, I was like, I don't want to film, I just want to watch it. But I didn't want to fall into laziness today, so I was like, you know what, let's get this video filmed, let's film other stuff today and get a lot of work done, and then later I could watch the show more. I actually got my brother into watching One Piece. Actually, it's really funny, I actually paid him to start watching it, to watch like the first season, I think. And you're probably wondering, like, why would you do that? Sometimes you just want to be able to talk about a show with somebody. I was like, you know what, my brother likes anime, I put him on to Jujutsu Kaisen, and I was like, please watch One Piece, and he was like, I'm not watching 1,000 episodes, I told him I would give him like $50 just for watching the first season. He did that, and now I forgot what arc he's on, but he's still watching it past season 1. I feel like if I decided to just watch the show today, I would have hated myself, because I would have been like just watching the show, and I feel like that's not productive. I love to be productive. I try not to be lazy. I feel like I actually am a very productive person. Ask my mom, she thinks I need to take more breaks. I do work really hard, and I've always been a hard worker ever since I was born. I grew up a competitive dancer, worked really hard in that toxic environment, strived for all A's throughout my school years. I started striving for A's when I realized that, like, oh, school is actually important, and then academic validation, you know. I think it was the 2nd grade where I was like, I'm gonna get all A's. I got all A's throughout elementary school, starting 2nd grade. I don't remember kindergarten or 1st grade, because I did not have a good kindergarten and 1st grade experience, actually. I just really like to be productive. And also, me watching One Piece, it is kind of productive in a way for me, because I do study story structures, because I do really want to be an author. That is the dream, that is the goal. The piece that I'm currently working on is just not ready yet. I am a perfectionist, and it's not perfect yet, in my eyes at least. Loose setting powder, just to go all right here. I'm just not going to put any powder here, because I like when that part is dewy, because it makes the blush steps easier. Let's move on to eye makeup. I'm going in with the deepest pink shade, and I'm just going to go underneath my eye like this, and I'm gonna extend out really far. I know it looks weird, but you really had to trust the process. Anyway, I'm just going in with the lightest shade, and I'm highlighting above the shadow. And again, it looks crazy right now, but you have to trust the process, because I told you so. Also, this setting powder, trust me, if you have the little lines, This is good. Just going in with that light eyeshadow, tapping that across my entire lid. You are going to see lash glue on my lashes. Ignore it. I like laying down a base like this just because it makes blending colors a lot easier, even though we're not working with like a ton of colors today. This step is essential in blending. Guys, there's glitter somewhere and it's like all over my hands somehow. I normally like glitter, but I'm starting to hate it. But I do love the look of glitter, so I can't complain too much. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. There was this one time, I think it was when I was purchasing a glitter. I saw the reviews and I was like, why is this rated like weird? I think it's rated a lot better now, but someone rated it low and was like, the glitter got everywhere. I fear glitter will always get everywhere. There's like no fix. Like I've tried like cleaning everything. I've just come to the realization that glitter is just here to stay. It's meant to get everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna focus this on my outer corner like this. Also, if you have a different eye shape, my suggestion is like, so your eye is here, your brow is somewhere up here. Wherever the halfway point is, that's where you kind of want to stop blending close to your brow. So going back to that glitter review, leave whatever review you want, but like at the same time, it's like part of it's user error. There is some reviews, not even about this glitter store, but there's some reviews that I read and I'm like, seems like a you issue. Let me know if you've read a review lately that made you go, I want to use my new flower nose palette. I just bought this. I'm finding an excuse to use it because I feel like, yeah, this has the brown color that I want to use. I'm going to use this one. This is from their new Bunny Garden collection. Just going to tap this over the gray brown and kind of blend a little bit farther this way, but you don't want to go all the way to your inner corner, just like about there. While I go off on this other tangent, I'm going to go into the shade. It has a little bit of sparkle in it and it's kind of like a pink color. I'm basically applying this on the first half of my lid. I've been reading a new book by one of my favorite authors of all time. It is Never Ever After by Sue Lynn Tan. I'm almost 30% of the way through with it. It's really, really good. I just really like her writing style. It's very ethereal. She's amazing, a genius. I admire her work so much. I did finish reading a webtoon the other night. It was called Muse on Fame. Really, really good, by the way. I thought the characters were really, really well written. Like, they felt so real and very human. When you're reading something, if the characters feel human, that's when you know that's a good author. That is a good writer, because sometimes characters can just feel like characters, but when they feel real, it's just such a good character. I'm sorry. I could go on and on about characters and stuff. Mascara that is going to hold the curl all day and is water and oil resistant. This is the best mascara. It's from Roman. This is the volume black one. I really, really like the wand on this one. Makes it really easy to separate the lashes. For my blue eyeshadow, I'm going to use this palette and I'm just going to really pick up that shadow. And I'm going to tap that on my inner corner. Just really pack it on at first before blending it out. And then you're going to sweep like this. You might want to pick up a little bit more blue. So once you have something like that, go back in with this brush, the one that you used with the brown, and just kind of sweep on this part. I recommend doing this kind of look with other colors too. Like if you like green more, use a light green color. It'll look so pretty. Or pink or purple, even like a pastel yellow. What's important is that you're using a pastel color. If you use like a darker color, it is going to be super, you know, pastels are super soft and they're very easy to work with. The darker colors are kind of scary to work with if you're new to makeup. Taking that same blue, and I'm actually going to apply it right here on the outer corner. You can skip this step if you want, if you think that this blue is enough. You want to make sure that this blue doesn't drag too far down, because if you do, it's not going to look good. Lashes, try to act surprised. These lashes, there's something about them. Lash map is going to be 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 9, starting at the outer corner and going in. I'll start with the 13, dip the bin into the glue, and stick it on. Stick the next one right next to it. Just really like how these look. Make sure that when you're applying lashes that you're pinching your natural lashes to the individual lash. Okay, last two lashes are both going to be a 9. I guess you could stop here if you want. Like, well, depending on your eye shape, you might need to use more lashes, you might use less. Sometimes I will only use 5, but lately I've been loving, absolutely loving the look of an extra lash sticking that way. For blush, I'm actually going to be using a new one that I recently bought. It's from Flea. Looks like this. First gonna go in with the deeper pink shade, and I'm gonna focus that more here on this part. I'm very strategic about blush placement because it kind of like is super important. Deeper colors, you want them more on the outside of your face. Lighter colors, you want more towards the center. So I'm going in with the shade, and I'm gonna tap that right here. And you wanna make sure that these blush colors are closer to your eye. I find that when I put blush closer to my eyes, it actually shortens my face more. You always wanna use lighter colors towards the center of your face, because if you put it on the outside, it's gonna make your face look wider. This is going to not do that. So put it here. Go back in with that deeper color and then flick a little bit in. Okay, I'm next going in with a brightening powder. This is the one from Flower Nose that they gifted me a while back, and I'm basically going to tap this around where I just placed blush. This is the soft lavender shade, by the way, so I feel like it works really well with the colors. Really just makes everything look a little bit more blended together. Tap some there and here. Okay, I'm going in with the Glow Shattered Glass Glitter. This is the shade called Joy, which is one of my favorite shades from them. I also really like the Unknown shade. If you're swapping the blue out for pink, I think that shade would be perfect. Or even purple, because that glitter does have some purple in it. Just gonna tap this right underneath. You don't want to drag this too far down. You want to stay very close to your bottom lashes. I really hope the twinkliness is gonna show up on camera. If it's not, I'm so sorry. The camera isn't doing this glitter justice. I do want to add an extra highlight to the inner corners, so I'm going to use this palette that Flower Nose gifted me a while back. It's from their Shell Stool collection. Just going to pick a little bit of this shade up, but any sparkly shade will do. Just going to tap this right here. You don't want to tap this directly on your inner corner. You want it to be on the edge of the light blue, if that makes sense. Just the way that the light hits it right here is just prettier in my opinion. Then using that same shade, you're just going to create a little line going this way. I got this in my last Olive Young haul, and I really want to use it today because it's so pretty. One of the prettiest highlighters I have ever purchased. It looks more of a neutral pink, but like once you lay it down, it's actually not neutral. Like it's definitely more cool tone, which kind of shocks me, but like shocks me in a good way because I think this is really pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit to the nose. My eczema on the outer corners of my lips is still there. I'm using my favorite lip pencil at the moment from Romand, and it is so pretty. It's the shade called Fig Breeze. And then I think this is called Fig something too, called Muted Fig. I don't know if I recommend this product entirely. I do think the color is really pretty. I just don't know if it's worth the price. I do really like the finish and the cooling effect. Anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. Let me know what kinds of tutorials you'd like to see from me next, or any other sorts of videos. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.